The pace of discovery these days is just relentless. It means our understanding of the world is constantly being refined. From the absolute farthest reaches of the cosmos down to the most intricate parts of our own biology, new research is perpetually expanding and honestly challenging what we thought we knew. Welcome to the deep dive. We've sifted through quite a stack of the latest and most compelling scientific findings, really custom-tailored for you. Our mission today, pretty simple: cut through the noise, deliver the most important insights, and hopefully spark some of those aha moments that leave you feeling genuinely well-informed. We're about to journey through galaxies warped by gravity, uncover ancient human history that's being rewritten, confront some urgent environmental truths, and explore breakthroughs in health that could literally change lives. So get ready to dive deep without the information overload.
It truly is an exhilarating time, isn't it, for exploring science? These discoveries, they don't just add to our knowledge base. They often force us to reconsider our assumptions, and, they often reveal these unexpected connections across wildly different fields.
Absolutely, and that sense of interconnectedness, I think that's what makes it all so compelling.
Okay, let's start by challenging some of those fundamental assumptions, shall we? We're going to unpack how new evidence is completely changing what we thought we knew about ancient life and human history.
Yeah, and what's particularly striking is how tenacious some long-held beliefs can be, and yet how, a single groundbreaking study can just unravel them. Take the pervasive man-the-hunter stereotype from the Stone Age. A new study from Latvia's Vegeki Cemetery, which is one of Europe's largest Stone Age burial grounds, used for over 5,000 years, has fundamentally upended that whole idea.
That's fascinating because the researchers from the University of York, they went back and re-examined stone tools found in these, hundreds of graves, tools that had previously just been seen as, everyday items. But their findings were quite revolutionary. Women were found to be as, or maybe even more likely than men, to be buried with these tools.
Right. And even more surprisingly, children and older adults were actually the most common age groups to receive them. This really forces us to question the simplistic narratives we've often built around ancient gender roles.
Precisely. It challenges that long-standing view of women primarily confined to domestic duties in these early societies. And if we look a bit deeper, many of these tools appear to have been specifically crafted, maybe even ritually broken, as part of the funerary rites.
Wow.
This suggests a far deeper symbolic significance, indicating shared ritual traditions that extended right across the Eastern Baltic region, kind of transcending age and gender. It really makes you wonder, what other assumptions about prehistoric societal structures might we need to reevaluate?
Yeah, exactly. And this idea of reevaluation, it isn't just limited to human history, is it? It stretches way back into Earth's even deeper past. Let's shift our gaze now to the coelacanth. The fish often called a living fossil because everyone thought it was extinct for millions of years before that dramatic rediscovery in 1938.
Indeed. And now, researchers from the University of Bristol in Uruguay, they've uncovered dozens of Triassic period coelacanth fossils. These are roughly 200 million years old. They were actually hiding in plain sight, just sitting in UK museum collections for over 150 years.
No kidding.
Yeah, these fish bones have been consistently misidentified, often mistaken for reptile bones belonging to a marine reptile called Pachytropheus.
So they're just sitting there waiting for the right scientific lens.
Pretty much.
And using advanced X-ray scans, the team identified over 50 new specimens. That vastly increases the known British Triassic coelacanth record. These ancient coelacanths, apparently they could grow up to 1 meter long. They were likely opportunistic predators in shallow tropical seas, hinting at a surprisingly complex community structure even back then. This really highlights the treasure trove that can exist in existing collections, just waiting for a fresh pair of eyes or maybe some new technology.
It truly does, which, begs question, how many other fundamental historical assumptions, whether they're biological or cultural, might be awaiting a similar reevaluation as we refine our research methods and, take a closer look at what we think we already know?
Right. So from peering into the distant past, let's pivot to the equally urgent present. What's striking is that while we're uncovering truths about our ancient ancestors, parallel discoveries are revealing some pretty urgent truths about our own era. Our planet is facing unprecedented challenges, and the science is making that clearer than ever.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these findings, they're really a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of global ecosystems and the far-reaching impact of human activity and, of course, a changing climate. One particularly alarming discovery comes from a University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill study. It revealed significant insect declines, even in remote ecosystems with very little direct human disturbance.
That's a truly chilling finding, isn't it? In a subalpine meadow in Colorado, over 15 field seasons, 2004 to 2024, researchers observed an average annual reduction of 6.6% in insect abundance. I mean, that adds up to a staggering 72.4% loss over just 2 decades.
72%.
Yeah, and this decline was strongly linked to rising summer temperatures, clearly pointing to climate change as a key driver. It's a critical warning because, well, insects are fundamental for nutrient cycling, pollination, and mountains. As biodiversity hotspots, they're particularly vulnerable.
And the troubling trends, they just keep emerging, don't they? While climate change impacts these vast ecosystems, what about more direct, often hidden human activities affecting specific species? Another investigation, also by UNC Chapel Hill, uncovered widespread mislabeling of shark meat in U.S. markets. We're talking grocery stores, fish markets, even online retailers.
This one truly caught my attention. DNA barcoding of dozens of samples revealed that a shocking 93% were vaguely or, well, misleadingly labeled, representing 11 different species. Yeah. And the most alarming part, critically endangered species like the great hammerhead and scalloped hammerhead were being sold for as little as $2.99 per pound.
Oh my goodness.
Beyond the critical conservation implications, this poses serious health risks. Due to high mercury levels in shark meat, especially for vulnerable populations like children and pregnant people, it really underscores the critical need for species-specific labeling. We need to know what we're actually buying and eating.
Absolutely. And adding to our understanding of ocean pollution, new research off Los Angeles found something, well, entirely unexpected. These rusted barrels on the seafloor, initially suspected to contain DDT, were surrounded by these strange, pale, halo-like rings. The initial thought was, okay, this must be the infamous pesticide.
Right, that makes sense. But the new research from UC San Diego's Scripps Institution of Oceanography found these halos were actually caused by caustic alkaline waste leaking from the barrels, not DDT at all.
Caustic waste.
Yeah. This waste, potentially a byproduct from DDT production or maybe oil refining, has transformed parts of the seafloor into these harsh, almost hydrothermal vent-like habitats. They're supporting specialized extremophile microbes.
So life finds a way, even there.
Exactly. The alkaline waste reacted with magnesium in the seawater to form brucite, that's a magnesium hydroxide mineral, effectively cementing the sediment into this concrete-like crust. And it still maintains a high pH, even 50 years later.
2 big years.
The white halos themselves are calcium carbonate dust formed where this high pH meets the normal seawater. This is a persistent pollutant with localized but, significant impacts on microbial and small animal biodiversity. And currently, microbial breakdown seems like the only feasible hope for remediation down there.
Wow. And there's more alarming news coming from the Atlantic. Researchers at Florida Atlantic University revealed that pelagic sargassum, that free-floating brown algae, it's no longer just confined to the Sargasso Sea. It's formed this massive Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt, stretching all the way from West Africa to the Gulf of Mexico.
A belt. How big are we talking?
Well, this belt has formed almost every year since 2011, reaching a record 37.5 million tons just this past May.
37 million tons. That's hard to even picture.
It is. And the expansion is strongly linked to human-driven nutrient pollution. Think agricultural runoff, wastewater, atmospheric deposition. This has led to a significant increase in the seaweed's nitrogen content over 4 decades. Outflow from the Amazon River also plays a role.
And the impacts.
Major cascading impacts, from clogging beaches, harming fisheries and tourism, to even posing health risks for coastal communities.
So what do these findings collectively tell us? I mean, taken together.
Well, they offer a stark, urgent reminder of our planet's fragility, don't they? And the critical need for a deeper understanding and, frankly, concerted global action.
Right. Okay, from the vast ocean, let's turn inward now, to the incredible complexity of our own bodies. These next insights, they're truly personal, touching directly on our health and well-being. We're diving into breakthroughs that could literally change how we think about aging, memory, and even fighting diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's.
This really forces us to consider, doesn't it? How can we integrate these diverse insights from, our diet and sleep patterns right down to cellular biology into a more holistic, maybe more proactive approach to human health? Let's start with a surprisingly rapid impact on brain health. A study from the UNC School of Medicine found that a high-fat diet, the kind mimicking Western junk foods like cheeseburgers and fries, can swiftly rewire the brain's memory center.
And when they say swiftly, they really mean it. After only 4 days, specific memory-regulating brain cells, neurons in the hippocampus, become hyperactive. Why? Because the brain loses its ability to properly take in glucose, and this happens before weight gain or diabetes even develop.
4 days. That's incredibly fast.
It is. But here's the good news. Restoring brain glucose levels, or using dietary interventions like intermittent fasting, can actually normalize these neurons and significantly improve memory function. This highlights some profound opportunities for very early interventions, to maybe prevent long-term cognitive decline and reduce dementia risk down the line.
That's really hopeful. And following on that theme, the power of diet for brain health, research from the Buck Institute showed that feeding mice a high-fiber diet, specifically one containing the anti-inflammatory prebiotic inulin, it reduced Alzheimer's-related frailty, including things like tremors.
That's significant because the gut, well, it houses the body's largest immune cell population.
Exactly. And certain antibody-producing B cells, which are reduced in Alzheimer's disease mice, they actually migrate along this gut-brain axis to the brain border. So the diet restored gut balance and positively impacted brain signaling.
And what's truly remarkable, I think, is that even without consistently reducing the actual brain plaques, this diet extended the animal's health span. It improved their overall well-being. It really brings the gut immune system right to the forefront of understanding neurodegenerative disease pathology. It's not just about the brain in isolation.
Absolutely not. And speaking of dietary interventions and brain health, a Harvard study found that a green Mediterranean diet is linked to slower brain aging.
Okay, so what makes it green Mediterranean?
Well, this isn't just a generic healthy diet. It's a modified version that specifically includes things like walnuts, mankai, which is actually a cultivated duckweed.
Duckweed. Yeah.
Yeah, and green tea while reducing red and processed meat. It seems to work by reducing specific protein markers in the blood, markers associated with an accelerated brain age gap.
Brain age gap, meaning the brain appears biologically older than the person's actual age.
Precisely. And is likely due to the diet's powerful anti-inflammatory molecules. This finding points to diet as a really powerful, accessible lever for influencing brain health at a molecular level. It offers a proactive tool against cognitive decline.
Okay, shifting gears a bit from diet, let's talk sleep. Equally vital for our gray matter, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely critical. Macquarie University research emphasizes the brain's own waste-clearing network called the glymphatic system.
The glymphatic system. Like the brain's plumbing.
That's a great way to think about it. It's most active during sleep, flushing out toxins that build up during the day. Disrupted sleep can impair this crucial cleaning process, and that leads to the accumulation of toxins like amyloid beta protein, which is a key feature of Alzheimer's disease.
And they found that even a single night of sleep deprivation in humans significantly increased amyloid beta in the hippocampus. One night.
Just one night. This connection is crucial because chronic sleep disorders like sleep apnea with its reduced oxygen and insomnia are strongly linked to increased dementia risk. But the good news here is that treating sleep apnea, for example, can actively help clear amyloid beta from the brain. So it offers a potential and, importantly, accessible avenue for prevention and intervention.
That's fantastic news. And on the detection front, scientists at Florida International University have identified something called TSPO. It's a major protein marker of brain inflammation. And it seems it could be a potential way to detect Alzheimer's years before symptoms even appear.
Years before.
Yeah.
That'd be huge. How early are we talking? Well, TSPO levels were observed to rise very early, specifically in a part of the hippocampus called the subiculum in mice, equivalent to maybe age 18-20 in humans, and they persist throughout the disease progression.
Wow.
They validated this with human brain tissue from those Colombian families with the PISA mutation, the ones who unfortunately get early onset Alzheimer's in their 30s and 40s. And interestingly, the study also found higher TSPO in female mice, which mirrors the real-world statistic that 2/3 of Alzheimer's patients are women.
That connection is fascinating. So this discovery, it could truly transform diagnosis and treatment strategies, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Potentially allowing for interventions that could delay progression by 5 years, or even more. That would drastically improve countless lives.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, moving from brain health to cancer treatment, researchers at the University of Pittsburgh have found a way to, and I love this term, bulletproof T cells against cancer.
Bulletproof. I like that too.
Yeah.
So the harsh tumor environment, right? It's got low oxygen, high acidity. It severely stresses T cells. This stress causes their mitochondria, the cell's powerhouses, to release these damaging molecules called reactive oxygen species, or ROS.
And ROS, they damage telomeres, those protective caps on our chromosomes.
Exactly. Telomeres prevent genetic data loss during cell division. When ROS damages them, it leads to T cell exhaustion. Essentially, these vital immune cells just burn out and stop fighting the cancer effectively.
Okay, so how do you bulletproof them?
By preventing this telomere damage, they used a targeted antioxidant. And scientists were able to rescue T cell function in mice with aggressive melanoma. This led to significantly better survival rates in smaller tumors in the mice.
So this approach, it could potentially be incorporated into cutting-edge therapies like CAR-T.
That's the hope. Making a patient's own T cells essentially bulletproof against this oxidative damage, making them far more potent and persistent in their fight against cancer.
These are just truly astonishing advancements. They offer immense hope and entirely new pathways for understanding and treating some of the most challenging health conditions we face.
Right now, let's shift our gaze again. From looking within ourselves to the furthest reaches of space and the cleverest corners of engineering, it really proves human ingenuity knows no bounds.
What's fascinating here is the sheer ingenuity, isn't it? And how we observe the universe and how we manipulate matter at the smallest scales, often finding unexpected advantages even when facing immense challenges. Take, for instance, a galaxy literally warped by gravity. The Hubble Space Telescope's latest portrait of Messier 96, that's a spiral galaxy about 35 million light-years away, it captures this truly lopsided beauty.
Lopsided? How so?
Well, its arms are uneven, its core is displaced, its gas clouds are scattered. It's a direct result of intense gravitational struggles with nearby galaxies. Astronomers describe it as a cosmic tug-of-war. A cosmic tug-of-war. I like that visual.
Yeah. And the new image reveals these brilliant pink clouds of gas encircling clusters of massive young stars. It outlines this glowing ring of stellar birth right on the galaxy's outer edges.
So this fresh data, it will help astronomers explore some fundamental questions.
Exactly. Like how stars emerge, how dust alters starlight, and how stars ultimately reshape their entire galactic environment.
Amazing. And from observing real galaxies, we move to simulating them, which sounds computationally intensive.
Traditionally, yes. Modeling the vast cosmic web, all the galaxies, clusters, filaments, has demanded the immense power of supercomputers. But now scientists have introduced something called effort.jl. It's an innovative emulator that mimics complex cosmological models with striking accuracy. Sometimes it even improves on them.
And the kicker.
It runs in minutes on a regular laptop.
Minutes on a laptop. That's a genuine game changer for astronomical research.
It really is. This emulator is based on neural networks, and it learns by incorporating existing knowledge about how predictions change with various parameters. This drastically cuts down computational time and resources.
So this tool will be crucial for analyzing all that data coming from new experiments like DSI and Euclid.
Absolutely. It will allow researchers to process massive amounts of information far more efficiently. And it kind of democratizes access to complex cosmological simulations, too.
That's brilliant. Okay, let's transition now to a clever piece of technology, but in the microscopic realm. Japanese researchers from Nara Institute of Science and Technology, NOEFT, they've significantly enhanced flow cytometry. That's the technique used to examine single cells.
Right. In traditional impedance flow cytometry, it can sometimes be limited by inconsistent readouts. That's often due to variable distances between the cells and the sensing electrodes.
Okay, so what's their innovation?
They've developed this innovative low-cost platform using an adaptive microfluidic channel. Basically, a tiny metal probe presses and adjusts the channel's height on demand.
A smart microchannel.
Exactly. And it achieved a threefold amplification of the impedance signal and halved the signal variability. This allows for easy distinction between cells of different sizes.
Okay, that's impressive. But you mentioned leveraging clogging. How does that work?
Yeah, this is the truly ingenious part. The system leverages clogging. It deliberately induces a critical constriction, almost blocking the channel, and then it releases it. This actually optimizes performance without causing a permanent obstruction.
Turning a problem into a solution. That's clever.
Very clever. And it has huge potential for things like point-of-care diagnostics and maybe even speeding up drug development.
Fantastic. Okay, finally, let's connect back to ancient life, but this time using cutting-edge technology. For the first time ever, scientists have directly dated dinosaur eggs, solving an 85-million-year-old mystery.
Directly dating the eggs themselves. not just the rocks around them.
Exactly. At China's Qinglongshan site, that's a national reserve with over 3,000 dinosaur eggs, researchers used carbonate uranium lead dating, UP dating.
Okay, how does that work on an eggshell?
It works like an atomic clock. They fire a microlaser at tiny samples of the eggshell to precisely measure the uranium and lead atoms.
Oh, I see.
The eggs from the late Cretaceous period were dated to approximately 85 million years ago. This revolutionary direct dating method, rather than just relying on surrounding rocks, offers really robust chronological constraints.
And did they find anything else beyond just the age?
Yes, actually. The findings even link global climate cooling back then to evolutionary pressures. They suggest the unusual porous structure of eggs from one species, Placoolithus tamialensis, may have been an adaptation to a cooling climate.
An adaptation, but maybe not a successful one long term.
Potentially. They suggest it might have also been an evolutionary dead end for that particular species.
Wow. So climate change wasn't just a modern concern, it was a driving force in dinosaur evolution too, potentially leading some down an evolutionary dead end. What a powerful historical lesson.
It really is. It's just incredible to see how technology and, clever thinking are expanding our understanding of everything, from the cosmic scale right down to the cellular. What an incredible journey we've just taken, really. We've journeyed through galaxies twisted by gravity, peered into ancient burial sites that are rewriting gender roles. We've uncovered hidden toxic waste lurking in our oceans, faced the alarming decline of insect populations, and explored a whole galaxy of breakthroughs in human health. From reversing junk food's rapid impact on memory to bulletproofing T cells against cancer and detecting Alzheimer's years early. It's quite a range.
It really is. And each of these deep dives, in its own way, it just shows us how constantly our knowledge is being refined, challenged, and expanded. It highlights the power of careful observation, the sheer cleverness of scientific methods, and the profound impact these discoveries have on how we understand our past, our present, and potentially our future.
Indeed. It leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? Consider how our deepest assumptions, whether they're about the origins of life or the trajectory of disease, are continuously being reshaped by new evidence. What does it mean for your understanding of the world when these long-held beliefs can be overturned by a single study or maybe a new technological lens? It's really a testament to the dynamic nature of science itself, isn't it? Always pushing us to learn more, question more, and, rethink everything.